Welcome back. For those who know and might remember that a while back, Amazon bought up the upscale Whole Foods grocery chain for some $13 billion. Now, for most companies, that would have been enough. But, of course, not for Amazon. You might not know this, but very quietly, they haven't started one, but three different grocery store concepts. Combine that with their nationwide map of large warehouses, Amazon Prime memberships, and their growing delivery business from the small independent delivery companies that they've bankrolled that are beholden to Amazon, to their tractor trailer rigs, and even their own airline. And they are already a large potential competitor that is poised to disrupt the grocery industry in a major way. Fun fact, the grocery industry in the United States of America generates $900 billion worth of sales per year. Another fun fact, when Jeff Bezos stepped down as head of Amazon, he did it to concentrate on grocery. That should scare everybody. Now, whether you love or hate Amazon, and you know, there are lovers and haters on both sides.
There's no reason to love them.
Okay.
There's no reason to love them.
But I will tell you this. The grocery industry is ripe for creative disruption. The pandemic has shown that Americans are willing to buy their groceries online and get them delivered. I see a day where going to the grocery store will be a quaint notion of an old time because most people buy the same groceries week in and week out. You might change from time to time, but basically you buy the same toothpaste, you buy the same mayonnaise, the same types of fruits and vegetables, the same types of meats generally. You know, we are creatures of habit when it comes to what we consume, both in food, you know. But the thing is, Amazon has you covered in so many ways, it's scary. So let me, and we're not going to get a chance to get into all of this.
I wish they covered their workers more.
Yeah, well, there's a lot to be said, and they're not alone there. So that's just an opening. But here's the problem. They figured out logistically how to make it work. And while, yeah, the workers are trying to unionize right now, and that's another fact down south, actually. The fact is that their plants are highly efficient, their plants are highly automated, and they've got a model that, at least for the consumer, generally works. Does not mean it works for everybody, but for the consumer, it generally works, and that should scare them. Now, they have something called Amazon Fresh. The first store opened to the public only in September. The 11th store opened a couple of weeks ago, and they're working on building 28 more people. This is bricks and mortar grocery stores they're building. Bricks and mortar with the ability to deliver online and let you shop online. So I'm going to skip around a little bit because there is so much here, but I want to get to a couple of things. There is 4 ways you can do business and buy your groceries through Amazon. Whole Foods, Amazon Fresh, some dry goods through Amazon or Amazon Prime, and then this really cool thing called Amazon Launchpad Grocery, which will let you experiment with new or interesting stuff for those times when you do want to try something different. That's right now. Consider this. Prime members in more than 2,000 cities and towns can get 2-hour delivery on more than 170,000 items. That's right now. Let that sink in. And that's anyone who shops the site can order certain staples even without a Prime subscription. And if you have an Alexa device, you can add groceries to your cart and place an order through voice command. Oh, by the way, that's right now. Now, I did do a little research because we've got a large Amazon warehouse, several of them, here in our metropolitan area.
This is Iowa, people.
Yeah. And I went out. No, this is Des Moines, Iowa.
Yeah.
But there's a point. I did go out to Amazon Fresh because you put in your zip code and it'll let you know if it's available. It's not yet available here. But the fact is they're building the infrastructure where I expect that to change, and not in 5 years either. And that's the thing that is great for consumers, but for, others, not so much. I mean, you can get the same thing with what they call Whole Foods Market Grocery Delivery. I mean, it just kills me. You know, if you order from Whole Foods, 2-hour delivery. And if you're Prime, in some cases, 1 hour. If your order is over $35, you're eligible for free 2-hour delivery or free 1-hour pickup from any Whole Foods store right now. And we do have a Whole Foods store here. So, I mean, for them to say that to grow their business, Whole Foods has 500 stores, which is a pretty good size chain. We have a chain, several chains based here in Iowa. And the larger one of the two is 264 stores, and it's pretty good size.
Yeah.
It generates $13 billion worth of revenue a year, employs 85,000 people in 8 states. Whole Foods has 500 stores, which is just shy a double what that chain has. Plus, Amazon is looking at getting into Amazon Fresh in a big way. What would that mean if you've got the warehouses, you've got the automation, you've got the delivery? They've got all the pieces.
Yeah.
Does this mean that this is one less mobility task, chore, trip that you will make in the future?
Mm-hmm. And I'm happy if they change grocery stores and like for the better. So all these grocery stores realize they need to change to get better, to be more efficient, this and that. But at what point, when they're a certain percentage of the sales, do we clamp down on it?
But
I mean,
I'm not convinced that the grocery store chains, they know Amazon's coming. But I'm still not convinced that they're sufficiently frightened.
yeah.
I think that they are saying, oh, that's nice, and they'll never get us because we do this or we do that.
Yeah, we're the
and as long
home
as you do
brand.
this,
Everybody loves us.
Exactly. Yeah. Everybody said that about Sears, Kmart, and a whole list of other companies that ignored Walmart at their peril in 1962. Most of those companies are gone. Not trying to go, they're gone.
Yeah. One of the early antitrust in the 40s and 50s was a grocery store in California. I wish I could remember the name of it right now, but
Ralph's?
It doesn't sound quite right.
Okay.
But they ended up, once they got I want to say it was 60% of the market share, they broke them up. They broke them up, and it ended up being for the better, but then it only took 20, 30 years, and grocery stores were already hitting that mark, and we just didn't go after it anymore.
We're at a point where we look at, when we talk about mobility, there's so many tipping points. This is another one. Could Amazon change your daily dispatch, your errands, to the point where maybe not only do you not go to the grocery store, but you have your groceries delivered and it's set up to reorder at a certain point on a regular basis, where it learns you and it uses the algorithms and logarithms necessary to know you to a point to know the quirks of when to order toothpaste, shaving supplies, coffee, milk, diapers.
Yeah.
We're getting to that point, and this stuff is getting smarter all the time, and it's going to change the way that we get around, because freeing up all that time gives you time to do other things, and it will impact streets, highways, traffic patterns, consumption of fuel. All of this stuff will change as our habits change with respect to how we buy groceries. One small act has all these changes.